Hi friends, welcome to another lesson with Miss G. Today we're going to be analyzing the illustrations and the words in our book, The Little House, so that we can learn more about the story and write a better informative paragraph. But before we get into that, as you know, let's do our new sight word of the day, which is one. Say it with me. O-N-E, one. Very good. So, even though we're pronouncing it one, it's not the type of one where you won a prize or you won a game. This one is the number one. So let me give you some examples. And at the end, I want you guys to tell me which end mark should go. So our first example is Gabriel hiding one? Is Gabriel hiding one? Notice how Miss G's sound went up. So what does that mean? It means I'm asking him if he has one. So at the end goes a question mark. Echo Miss G, question mark. Good. So I'm just wondering if Gabriel's hiding one. Now, of course, Gabriel, you're probably not hiding anything, but Miss G needed to make a sentence, okay? Carmelo, grab one for me. Carmelo, grab one for me. I'm saying it kind of loud. I'm kind of excited. Grab one for me. So, what's that nice long word that we put at the end of our sentence? I mean, the mark we put at the end of our sentence, but it's a nice long word for it. Exclamation point. Can you say that? Exclamation point. Very good. And let's not forget our one here. Our last sentence is 1 plus 1 is 2. Am I asking if 1 plus 1 is 2? No. Am I yelling or super excited when I say 1 plus 1 is 2? No. So what do we put at the end? That's right, a period. Don't forget to underline. Miss G won't forget. If you're doing this at home, you can do it as well. And remember, this one, O-N-E, is the number one, okay? Very nice. So today, like Miss G said, we are going through our story and we're going to figure out what we notice. So I want you just to look at the book, okay? I couldn't do this on the YouTube because it's going to be a little different. So just look at the book and look at where the little house is. And Miss G's going to flip through. Okay, we're looking. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay. I'm going to get there. There we go. Look at where the little house is in the beginning of our story. Look at it here. Look at it here. Even going down the book, all the way here. Where are you noticing, what are you noticing the placement of the house? Okay, where is the house? In every single page, where is it? It's right in the middle, right? Right in the middle. It's always in the same spot. If the house is in the middle, right? If it's always in the middle, what does it tell you about the story? If the little house is always in the middle on every page, what does it tell you about the story? It means it's all about the little house, right? If the little house is always in the middle of the page, that's where your eye is going to go to. So it has to be about the little house. Now, what in the illustration, in this picture, I'm going to show it real close. What in the picture shows you that it's almost like a person? The little house is almost like a person. Where do you see that? What do you notice? Well, Miss G notices that the doormat kind of moves up like she's smiling, right? And then the curtains almost looks like she's looking down, like her eyes. What about the door? What do you think the door is like? It's kind of like a nose, right? So she has two eyes, a nose, and a mouth. So even though she's not a real person, the illustrator, the person who drew the pictures, drew her to make her look a little more real. Now, what we're going to do is go through our story and notice how she looks in each page. And you're going to tell me, is she happy or sad, or how does she feel in each page, okay? So here we go. I'm going to show you this way. So, in the beginning of our story, right? What was she? In the beginning. She was happy, right? You can tell by the doormat moved up and the eyes and the nose and her nice pretty roof. And then as we move on, okay, to the next page, what does her face look like here? Let's see if Miss She could get a little closer for you. There we go. So what does her face look like here? Looking a little closer at the house. I would say her face looks like maybe a little surprised. I see that her eyes kind of change. She's looking down. Her mouth is kind of straight, right? It doesn't look as up as it used to. So we could go with maybe she's surprised. And she was surprised at this point of the story, looking at all these roads built. So as we move on, I want you guys telling me what you think she feels. So here, what do you think she feels like? We're looking at the eyes. We're looking at the mouth. I would say the mouth is even a little straighter now. She doesn't have that smoke coming out, so maybe she's not as happy. When you put your mouth to the side, maybe you're like, I'm not sure about this, right? That's kind of the emoji face. When their mouth is to the side, means they're unsure. So we could say at this point, when the apartment buildings were built, she was kind of unsure. And this, my friends, is looking at illustrations and understanding what the author and illustrator were intending. So without even looking at the words, we're just looking at the pictures and we can tell the difference. Look at her face now. Now that we get to really examine the face, look at the eyes, look at her mouth. It almost looks like she's kind of is going down a little bit. So what do you think she feels here? She's probably a little sad, right? Maybe a little bit. Doesn't seem like she's too happy. And then at this part, my friends, we remember this part, right? When the little house was very sad and lonely. So in the words it says it's very sad and lonely, but what in the pictures show you that she's very sad and lonely? Well, we could tell she's very sad because her mouth is completely down. It looks like her nose is broken, right? If the door is broken, that's kind of like her nose. She wouldn't be too happy about that. And these cracked windows, what do you think the cracked windows are supposed to look like? It almost looks like she's crying, right? It kind of looks like she's crying. So even though it's a house and it's not a real person with emotions, the illustrator was able to show you that she wasn't feeling good at this time. And how do you think we got lonely? Where did lonely in the picture show you? If you know what I mean. Well, she's lonely because are there other houses around her? No. What color is she now? She's like black and white, and she's gray, and like different shades of gray. So usually gray isn't considered as much of a happy color. So you see the people around her are not close to her either. So the illustrator was able to show you how sad she was at this time by using different colors and by drawing her a certain way. And by drawing the people away and her very closed in on these apartment buildings, it shows her that she's kind of lonely too. She's the only one who looks like she does. And then, my friends, at the very end, what do we see about the little house? She's happy, right? Very happy, actually. And how can we tell she's very happy? You're looking at the illustration. Look at how big her smile is now. It's completely upturned. What about her windows? Her windows look happier. It almost looks like her cheeks are going up. So I don't know if you smile really big, but when you smile really big, sometimes your cheeks go up and then your eyes get a little smaller. So her windows are a little bit smaller. So it looks like she's making a big smile. And look, we have the smoke coming out again. So now she feels like she's at home again. Now that we examined the illustrations, right? Why do you think Miss G did that? Well, we are going to be writing an informative paragraph. And in our informative paragraph, we need details, okay? So the details are everything that changed throughout time or throughout the little house's environment. And it's also about how she felt as it changed, okay? So now Miss G will go through our chart to show you the different things that changed. So when the cars were coming, we had surprised. And Miss G has a little surprise face here. And then when the apartments were coming, she wasn't sure. So remember her doormat was a little slanted. She wasn't sure if she felt good about it or not. Then when the trolley cars came and the sky was smoky, how does she feel? What do you think that face is? Sad, right? Sad has a down face. It usually has a down smile, upside down smile. And then when she had those skyscrapers with her and she was by herself, she was what? Very sad and lonely. So her face kind of looked like this, right? It was very down and her mouth was very down. And then at the end, when she's back at home, how's her face? It's happy, right? So now we have all our details for our charts. And remember, we are answering the question, right? What changes did the little house see? So we had our topic sentence for our topic sandwich last time. But how do you support a topic sentence? What do we need to support our topic sentence? And you might be thinking, what does support mean? That's a good question. So Miss G's back and she's asking her friends, what does support mean? So I'll give you a minute to think about that. Go ahead. I think it's like helping. That's one of my friends' answer. That's true. Support can be helping. Ooh, I have another hand raised. Go ahead. It's like when you hold something so it stays up. That is exactly correct. When you hold something up, you are supporting it and you are helping it as well. So when we go back to our topic sentence, the little house saw her neighborhood change. What was holding up our topic sentence? What holds up that top piece of bread? Does anyone remember the word? Information, right? The information holds up the topic sentence. So, we have our topic sandwich on our board now. So Ms. G is going to ask, how can we support our topic statement? What do we need to write next? So our topic statement, our topic sentence that we'll all be writing together is the little house saw her neighborhood change. So now how do we support that? What do you guys think? We know what support means now. It means to help. It means to hold up our topic sandwich, right? Our topic sentence. So we need to explain it. Let's see. I got a friend here. Ready? We can add more information. Very good. Information is the middle part of our topic sandwich. We can support it with details. I love that answer. Why would Miss G love that answer? Because we know that the middle part is information, but where can we get our information from? We can get our information from the book, but my friends, do we have the book? You know, Miss G has it, but not you guys at home. So what can you do? We can go over the key details. And our key details are at the beginning of our chart. So when Miss G goes over this again so that we can start writing our paper, bam, 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 we have our charts ready to go. Okay? Great. So my friends, that is it for today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.